How long do you have to file for probate in Oklahoma? Is it a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a few years? Well, there is no rule, which is good. So there is no deadline. You have to file by a certain time. So then what makes people file for probate? And that is a good question, and that's something that we're going to talk about today. We have many educational videos on what is probate, when is needed, what triggers it, how much does it cost, how long does it take. So be sure to watch those videos and maybe even subscribe to our YouTube channel. But for now, let's use an example to give you an idea on how it works and what triggers it and what makes people think about filing for probate. Probably the number one thing is the need to have access to the deceased person's assets. What does that mean? Well, you may need to have access to a bank account to pay their debts, taxes, and so on. You go to the bank, let's say a family member passed, let's say grandma passed, and you need to have access to her bank account. Well, you go to the bank and you say, hey, grandma passed, I need to pay her debts. That's when the bank may tell you, hey, you need to file for probate, and you may want to do that as soon as possible. So you may not want to wait several months or maybe even years. The bank will know if there is a payable on death designation, or if the bank account is under a certain amount, you may not need to file for probate. So be sure to consult with an attorney. Another reason why people have to file for probate sooner rather than later is having access to the deceased person's home. Now, if the deceased person was married, usually the spouse will inherit the house if the house is in joint tenancy. So there is no need for probate again, but you may need access to maybe, especially if the person is not married, to maybe cancel some of the bills or transfer them, or maybe the person had some assets that had no beneficiaries, and you need to file for probate to get appointed as personal representative and access those assets. Again, you may want to do it as soon as possible. You may not want to wait months of years. I've had someone, for example, who waited several years before filing for probate because the only asset of the estate was a home. So a child continued to live in the house for several years before being ready to transfer title to their own name. So there is no rule. How soon, as we said, the law does not require you to file within a certain amount, but you will likely want to do so as soon as possible. If you have access to money, let's say you are a joint tenant or you are listed as a beneficiary in a financial account, you could probably wait several months. But if there is an immediate need to access or act on behalf of the estate, you will probably have to file as soon as possible. It may take several weeks to get a death certificate. Sometimes that plays into things because a lot of the entities out there, a lot of the companies may not give you information if you need a probate or not without seeing a death certificate first, and you want it that way for privacy reasons. I hope this video helped. Be sure to watch our other educational videos on when is probate needed, what triggers probate, not only to help you avoid probate, but also to make sure you absolutely need to file for probate. Sometimes you don't have to go through the court system. It all depends on the assets of the deceased person, on beneficiary designations, and so on. Please remember that we offer a free phone call consultation on probates and a free 30-minute in-person consultation for estate planning purposes. So take advantage of those. Give us a call, 405-857-8231. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit our website. Lots of good information, blogs, and other educational videos. And email me if you have any questions or topics for future videos. Thank you for watching.